We're at the Walden Galleria.
And we just saw Rampage.
And we're in a lot because
we're a lot of critics.
Josh, Rampage.
It's a big meh for me.
Okay.
But I emphasize on the big because it's still a blockbuster kind of movie. It has The Rock, it has everything you look for in like the blockbuster, but it's missing it. It's missing something.
The thing.
Yeah.
You're mad. I'm mad. It came so close. Greatness right there. There were so many moments where I was like, this is what I came for, and then no, it wasn't. I wanted to see monsters destroying things and fighting each other. It had those things, but it had too many other things also that kind of got in the way. Every time it started to get good, it felt like it was afraid to go too much in that direction and pulled back.
Yeah. One of the big issues I would say is The Rock. He was very good. He's a great action star, and he proves it again once in this. But for a movie about monsters, I wanted more George, Ralph, and the Crocodile, and less Davis from The Rock, this character. That was, I think, my biggest dislike of this movie is none of the characters were interesting. The monsters were cool, the George the monkey was solid, but nothing was grabbing me to like hang on and enjoy it as much as I wanted to.
Yep. It wasn't a giant monster movie featuring The Rock. It was a Rock movie featuring giant monsters.
Yeah. The Rock was the focal point and everything followed with him. And for what we're looking for, it didn't cut it.
I thought there were 3 great performances by 3 giant creatures. And then everybody else, there wasn't really any chemistry. You never really rooted for anybody or against anybody. The villains were clearly the villains. The good guys were the good guys.
Mm-hmm. Monsters had to be in this more, and the main characters needed to be in it less. They didn't have the it factor for this. And I would say this is very symbolic of when it's coming out, being that it's April, as we're freezing our butts off, and it's not a June, July blockbuster like an Independence Day that you know it's gonna launch. This movie, when it came out, that's a big sign as to the director or the studio or whoever didn't feel comfortable sending this out with all the other big dogs. It sent it out at a time where it could be successful, but it could also, just rise and fall, like the buildings in the movie.
No! It had some really beautiful shots and gorgeous effects and really a lot of top-notch CG that was undercut by desaturation and a lack of color.
It was just so bland, and the whole movie was coming apart and buildings were crashing, and it just left the whole screen with this neutral gray rubble.
This needed to be bold, colorful, loud. And again, it's based on a video game from the 80s that is brightly colored, all about just excess. And instead of embracing that, it felt like they kind of wanted to go with this more serious tone, and it clashed.
Yeah.
Early on, it clicked for me, and I realized that this was trying to be a kaiju movie. It was trying to be a Godzilla movie. It was their attempt at making something like that.
Okay.
And I got so excited because it started to happen. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. But then they moved away from it, and they just couldn't commit to just having a straight up monster movie. And it was frustrating because they were almost there. And then they would cut to The Rock. No. Back to the monsters.
It's not Independence Day. It's not like, you know, Godzilla. It's not Kong. It's far from Kong. I mean, it's just, it doesn't get the right elements down when it needs to, and that's what left me with like a flat line with this movie, where it wasn't trash. I mean, don't get me wrong, this movie's not garbage. It's not a throwaway. You know, in retrospect, would I have seen it in theaters? Is it worth seeing in theaters? I don't think so. It's not like visually appealing for the big screen. And then who do you recommend this to? Right? How about that? I mean, kids? Adults?
No, not kids.
Yeah.
Too violent for kids. Right off the bat.
Surprising.
Yep, a couple really
intense scenes.
And like unsettling, uncomfortable scenes that were very just kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, I would say it's PG-13 for a reason.
Yep.
13, see it in theaters. Under 13, see it in the confines of your home where you're more comfortable, I'd say.
It was almost a kaiju movie. It was almost a summer blockbuster. It was almost so many, and it just, there's things I liked about it. I liked enough of it to say that I liked it, but I'm frustrated with it. I'm frustrated with what it could have been, especially since we've seen recent films that have done this genre right. Instead of walking tall, this movie was a bit run down. At times it was fast and it was furious, but it never got smart. So, you know, sometimes you hit rock bottom.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching again, and until next time, we'll see you on A Lot of Critics.